Good day, everybody. I know this is a bizarre time for me to be on, but hey, I mean, nobody else is working today, it seems like. Anyway, we got a little light show for you today. We got the Meta PC winner getting announced. How was all of your weekends? I know many of you are still on your weekend, have the day off. Let's see, good afternoon. Yes. Hello, Marion. I won, didn't I? I'm working. Well, I haven't picked it yet. There was only 3,400 entries. So of all like giveaways of similar value, there's a pretty good chance of winning. You know? Were you out pulling a trailer with your Cybertruck? No, I was not. Happy Labor Day, everybody. We got a couple of fun little topics, and then we're gonna just chill for today. We're gonna do some grilling. Been pretty nice outside for sure. Can you still enter? Nope. Contest ended last night at midnight. All right. Let's see. Let's just talk about Trump. Yeah. Let's start there. Over the weekend, Donald Trump happened to be away from the spotlight, away from the camera, about 48 hours. And the entirety of leftist media was openly fantasizing that he had passed away. Now, Joe Biden stayed off camera for weeks, or it felt like months at a time. And nobody in the left-wing media seemed to know or care or notice because their guy was in. But because Trump took 2 days off camera, I got home and like the top three trending topics were he's dead, it happened, and like Trump is dead. Something like that. And the whole thing was pretty sick. I think you look at, people and their level of derangement, it's pretty sad. Now, of course, he has completely ruined their lives by reappearing over the weekend for a round of golf with John Gruden, as well as many other excellent moves that we're going to talk about in this video. Let's get into it. By the way, today I'm going to invite people to give my coffee a try. Almost all of our catalog is now available on Amazon, which means you get it for free next day shipping, including our 5-pound bags. Most of them are getting checked in. Most of them are Prime now. So if you have subscriptions, move them over to Amazon. We have our K-Cups. Our Tiger's Blood is there. Blueberry Cobbler. Use a link in the description. Pick up something. Give it a try. I just know you're going to love it. And if you don't, I'll give you your money back. And maybe you know somebody who likes coffee. Maybe tell them about Coffee Brand Coffee. Trump drowns out passing away with more than 40 garbled posts. Okay. So they're mad that he tweeted too much? That the whole thing was sick. They were fantasizing about it. They were celebrating it. I don't know if most liberals know how the government works, but that would have just put J.D. Vance in office for probably the next 12 years. I think that, a lot of people poke a lot of fun at the far left because they are in fact dumb, but they think Trump is going to be a hard ass. Wait till they get J.D. Vance. The president is so totally not dead that he was able to fire off an impressive 42 posts in just 10 hours. So the left was having a meltdown that he wasn't doing press tours. The day after they were whining that he did a 3-hour press junket. They can't figure out what they want. Now it's like, well, he put out too many truth socials. Maybe he was a little sick. Maybe he was sick and he had to take a couple days off. People do get sick. You know? People get sick. So they're having a meltdown. Oh, Trump has bruised hands. Well, Trump is old and he shakes a lot of hands that probably get bruised. All right? So he went golfing this weekend with John Gruden, and the left melted down. Oh, totally normal behavior. Totally. Nothing out of there. Nothing going on out at all. This is the left. So they melt down when people question whether or not Joe Biden was mentally fit, but they're openly wishing for his death. Meanwhile, Trump just canceled $4.9 billion in foreign aid and pushes the death penalty in D.C. I absolutely love it. D.C. should be safe. Our capital should be safe. That's just the truth. President Donald Trump closed out this week by informing Congress that he is revoking nearly $5 billion in foreign aid that Congress had already approved, as the legislative branch faces an October 1st deadline to fund the government or deal with a shutdown. Trump is rescinding the funding using a pocket rescission. Unlike a typical rescission request that allows Congress to sign off on nixing the approval, a pocket rescission sidesteps Congress because it's so close to the end of the fiscal year that the legislative branch can't act accordingly. I love this. Use every loophole. Use literally every loophole. You use every loophole imaginable. I support this. Get it done. Last night, President Trump canceled $4.9 billion in America Last foreign aid using a pocket rescission. The Office of Management and Budget said on Friday. More, right? How about more? $4.9 billion? How about more? How about more? How about all foreign aid? Meanwhile, 53, this doesn't even include yesterday, 53 unwanted lead injections over the weekend. In Chicago's government rejects Trump's threat to send a National Guard. I don't really know. Again, he's going to trick the Democrats into this again, isn't he? Trump tricked the Democrats into dying on the hill of Kamala Harris is for they, them, and Trump's for you. Remember that? They expertly tricked all of the Democrats to be obsessed with getting biological men in women's restrooms, and they lost the election over it. Now, there were a whole slew of other reasons, but that was a big one. Now they're tricking the Democrats into being pro-crime. The big mistake that a lot of people make, too, is that even if you live in Chicago, people think, well, 100% of people that live in Chicago and the suburbs must be dumb lib idiots. That's not true. I would argue that 30-40% of them are apolitical. 10 to 15% of them are Republican. And then you might have 55 to 60%, based on how things shake out, as like hardcore Democrats. And there's a chunk of those hardcore Democrats that would rather not lose their life to a carjacking. Trump has expertly backed the liberals into a corner, into the pro-crime. I don't want, again, I don't know who's advising the left, but whoever is does not want them to win elections. They just don't want them to win elections. And by the way, you should have seen the absolute, as Hannah Clara would say, mentee be that the left had when he went out for a round of golf. U.S. President has said he'd never felt better following social media speculation over his health. Donald Trump is not dead, as he proved on Saturday with a swing of a golf club. I mean, nobody actually thought that. These people, are vile. Go back to what Trump said with Kamala Harris' Secret Service detail, right? What do you think when Trump said, hey, we're going to revoke Kamala Harris's Social Security Secret Service detail. Why would she go against that? America's safe. America's so safe. Why would Kamala Harris need Secret Service protection? Of course, the left melted down, and she immediately got it back. This tricking the left into being pro-crime is a masterstroke, and it just might save Republicans in midterms. I think Republicans are behind going into the midterms. I do. But I also think that if he can just keep embarrassing them by sending the National Guard into big Democrat cities and stopping all the crime, what are they going to do? Their only rebuttal is, yeah, I want my voters to get stabbed. Yeah, I want my voters to feel unsafe. I want the parents, the dads who vote for me, I want them to be worried about whether freaks are going to go into the bathroom with them. That's the position that they continue to put the left in. Before I also talk about, I just want to give a word of prayer to Rudy Giuliani, who appeared to be in a very terrible car accident over the weekend. Of course, the left celebrating that. I don't have any update on his medical condition, but it sounded like he broke a part of his back or one of his vertebrae. I mean, he fractured his thoracic vertebrae, multiple lacerations and contusions, as well as injuries to his left arm and lower leg. A speedy recovery to Rudy Giuliani. Love him or hate him, he's been one of Trump's most loyal. He seems like a nice guy. I didn't live in New York under him, so I don't have any specific opinions on his particular politics. Obviously, the black hair dye leaking down his hair was not his best moment, but the guy's 81, and the car wreck sounded pretty rough. And this was after he got flagged down apparently, and helped someone who was on the receiving end of a domestic situation. Now, some people think Giuliani was a pivotal player in covering up what happened at 9/11. I am not tower pilled. I don't know as much as most people, but I don't really care. I mean, he got in a car accident. Like, I'm not going to celebrate that. But on top of that, here we have Donald Trump putting out, maybe he could secure so many elections. You saw Gavin Newsom say the quiet part out loud the other day, right? When he said, well, Trump's going to have ICE agents at the voting booth to quell voters. So what Gavin Newsom is saying is illegals vote. I don't care if there was 1,000 ICE agents at my voting booth. What difference does that make? I'm not an illegal immigrant. I'm not an illegal invader. Donald Trump tweeted, voter ID must be a part of every single vote. No exceptions. I will be doing an executive order to that end. Also, no mail-in voting, except for those who are very ill, who are far away in the military. Use paper ballots only. I 1,000% support this. He literally could secure, his greatest legacy might be bigger than the wall, might be bigger than the tariffs. If he gets voter ID instated, you could see entire states get saved. Purple states that always lean blue all the time. You could see California get saved. When I go and vote, I've got my ID on me. I'm a citizen. I don't care if there's National Guard or ICE agents. I'm fine with that. Here's my ID. No problem. So when Gavin Newsom and Democrats are freaking out about this, it's because they are saying the quiet part out loud. I mean, the paper ballots I'm less worried about. Let's start with the IDs. Can we at least get the IDs going? These are some of his best moves, and he hasn't even been president for a year yet. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. Please do. Please. Link in the description to my coffee brand coffee store, or, you can open a new window, type in coffee brand coffee. Our full selection is there. Our spring flavors are 40% off. Our double calf, our butterscotch toffee, everything's in stock and shipping free next day. Our cherry cordial is only $12 and shipping free next day or free overnight. Give something a try, pick it up, leave a review. hopefully we'll earn a 5-star review from you. And if we don't, let me know and I'll make it right. So this is probably some of Trump's best work. That's what I think. Super chats, none. We have our goal of 10 super chats on YouTube today for a spicy dance from the cornering. And hopefully we'll hit that. But I know it's kind of an off day, so you know, it's a light day, so it'll be harder to hit. Doth not recall hanging Chadwicks. I do remember the hanging Chads. I do. I'm not against voting machines. I'm not. As long as there's like checks and balances. You know what I mean? Spicy dance. He's going to hang peppers from his belt and dance like a white boy. I mean, we may never know. Yeah, voter ID and the census is the most important thing that needs to happen. I agree with you. Shout out, Corey. Thank you. I 100% agree. The census and voter ID could save everything. Bring back the slide whistle. I don't even know where it is, boys. What do you guys have planned for today? How many of you are at work? I bet a lot of you. That's why hit the like button for the pores. Exactly. Leaving a like is 100% free, and it's very helpful too. Where the F is HCB? I gave everyone the day off because I knew it was going to be a short day, and you know, it's a holiday, and people have militaries in their family and want to celebrate with their families. They should be able to, they should be able to spend time with their families. Although she said she won't be there tomorrow. I don't know. Hope everything's all right. Finished what I was doing today. It's 5:30 here. Still been making planters. Damn. Taking the kids to Candyland at the mall. What's that? Is that the store that they just sell a lot of candy, or? When I was in Hawaii, I went to a store that was like a big store full of candy. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yard work, HVAC, service calls are on the slate. That was pretty weak burp, sorry. Why has Rajan not been arrested yet? Well, I have a story about that coming right up. Should we pick the Meta PC winner now or make everyone wait till after this story? Play place where it looks like the game. Oh, like actual Candyland game. Okay, that's cool. There's no candy involved in that. I think, let's see here. Yeah, there's a show day. Yeah, it's going to be short. I've got guests coming over. Got to help wife get ready for that. Thanks for going live. You're the only streamer I watched that went live today. I still had to go live. I still had to go in today, so this is gold. Yeah, well, no problem, Panda. That's why I try to always work, even if it's just, an abbreviated shift on holidays and stuff like that, because not everyone gets off, Powerball tonight too. No, isn't that only on Saturday and Wednesdays? Am I wrong about that? I think that's Mondays and Saturdays and Wednesdays. Oh, it's Monday too? Well, crap, I gotta go buy a ticket. Teaching my daughter 15 how to change belts in her truck and install new door speakers. Was that the trade-off, Guido? Was that the trade-off? Was your daughter like, Daddy Guido, can I get some a new bumpin' sound system in my Geo Metro? And you're like, no sound system unless you learn how to change your serpentine belt. You got 10 hours. It's up to $1 billion. I mean, look, the lottery is a tax on stupid. But that doesn't mean I don't buy tickets. Look, if anybody in the chat wins it, can you break off a brother of like $1 million, just $1 million, you know? You seem more chill today. Glad to see more relaxed. Well, it's Saturday, you know? Just uploading that video real quick. Wait for Guido to reply. I feel like that's a trade a dad makes. I feel like a dad says, I'll help you install your new stereo, but you're going to learn something actually helpful. Oh, nope. She drives to Tacoma, and I'm fixing her radio and adding Bluetooth to discourage her from using her phone in hand. Oh, so you're a good dad. Okay. All right. Zordo says, go get your lotto. Do a coffee giveaway if you win. I'll give away the coffee company if I win. Cam says, if I play that shit in one, you never hear from me again. I feel like I would probably still work. I don't know what else the hell I would do. Oh, I'm going to have goals on Rumble too. I don't think Rumble has it set up yet, so I'm going to have to do something afterwards. Not only did I have to work on the holiday, no holiday pay, but I have to do mandatory overtime. Oh, that sucks. Buying your coffee now. Nice. You can check it out at coffeebrandcoffee.com or here, everything's on Amazon. Let me upload that Trump video quick. His most savage laws yet as Democrats get tricked into supporting crime again. There we go. Talking Thompson, my wife just bought a Jeep. The thing is insane. It's her dream car. She has no idea how cool it actually is. Nice. I don't know how many of you guys are old heads. You probably have to be 40 or older, I'm guessing. I remember I had a Chevy Colorado and I wanted a new stereo, right? But it was a GM Big Face. And not a lot of companies make GM Big Faces. You could buy the adapters, but the adapters make it all poke out and looks weird and stuff like that. But I went to like Best Buy not that long ago, and I was shocked how few deck options there are. Omega, I find it funny that people are whinging about streamers not streaming today on Rumble. They act as if content creators owe them something. Well, you know, I get it. But I try to give at least a little bit of a stream. By the way, if you're new to the stream, I stream Monday through Fridays. Monday through Thursday at 2 Eastern and 1 Eastern on Fridays. And I have co-hosts and all that kind of stuff. Today's just a chill show because I gave everyone off. So I think Viva's going to be on. But I remember you like getting Crutchfield or like going to the Best Buy and there'd be like 100 decks to choose from. Kenwood, Sony, Alpine. What were some of the other ones? They had the ones that came out with the touch screen, all that kind of stuff. And now it's like they have like 4 decks, and they're all the same. Respectfully, you're the realest mofo out there. Respect the hustle, man. Only dude, not too big to interact with his followers, even on a holiday. Hey, I appreciate you, Darkside. Yeah. Circuit City, yep. Used to go there too. I have an old head. I would never buy myself a Jeep, but when the wife wants it, full go. Yeah. Oh yeah, JVC was another one. Yep. But like, go pull up like the Best Buy website now and look at how many decks they have in the stores. They used to have like 50. Now they have like 5. It's crazy. Oh yeah, B&O, Bose. B&O and Bose are expensive. I don't think Best Buy would have ever carried those. I could be wrong though. Audio King, yeah. The popularity of aftermarket decks ended when car manufacturers started integrating car option software into the infotainment system. You're right. That was about it. I had a Sony Explode. I remember that. And then I had Pioneer. And I cut holes in the back of my Ford Tempo because Sony Explode they were like red on the inside and they were made to like be shown. So I remember I cut holes in the back. What would you call it? Like behind the rear seat, you know? And so that you could see that my Sony Explodes had the red. And I remember when my dad saw that, I think that was his first official stroke. He was like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "Dad, what do you mean? It's cool. Look, you can see the red inside the speaker." Let's see. Oh, let's talk about Raja. Advertising the world to come steal your stuff. Yep, my dad would say that. Yeah. Rockford Fosgate. That was the one. They used to sell the boxes. They used to sell the boxes that came with like a preamp. Like it was preamped and everything like that. Yeah, Ford Tempo was my first car. 96 Ford Tempo. Your dad contemplated a very late-term abortion that day. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, if you've been waiting for an update on the veteran who was lucky to survive a moment of impulse control, a moment of impulse, a lack of impulse control, Sicko Stu has just been released from the hospital. And leave a like on the video for that. You know, Sicko Stu is out of the hospital, and he has now listed his long list of things he needs to recover from. On top of that, the corrupt loser LAPD has had the case taken away from them. And now the state police are taking over. So now I am optimistic we should get charges soon. Let's get into the story. Just my theme today is letting everyone know Coffee Brand Coffee has almost our entire catalog now on Amazon, shipping free next day, including our 5-pound bags, our Tiger's Blood coffee, our blackberry cream, our blueberry cream, our blueberry cobbler, Tiger's Blood, everything now available on there. There's going to be a link in the description. I'm hoping if you drink coffee, or if you know someone who drinks coffee, give it a try. We have our original roast, our flavored coffee. If you have a subscription on coffeebrandcoffee.com, move it over to Amazon, get it cheaper. All of that. If you need my recommendation, either the Silky Ultra Dark Roast, the Blueberry Cobbler, the Strawberries and Cream are our top sellers, and our summer and spring flavors are limited time, and they're absolutely bonkers delicious. Now, Sicko Stu out of the hospital after Raja Jackson beating long road to recovery ahead. Stuart Smith has written, Stuart has been released from the hospital and is now home resting. He sustained a serious head injury and was unconscious upon arrival at the ER. Did we know that? So he wasn't even conscious when they loaded him into the hospital. He was still unconscious from the ring until he got to the hospital. His injuries include trauma to both the upper and lower jaw, laceration to the upper lip, a fracture to the maxilla bone. I'm assuming that's jaw related, which unfortunately resulted in the loss of several teeth. He has a long road to recovery ahead, but remains in good spirits despite everything he has been through. We are deeply grateful for all the love and support we received during this time. Thank you, everyone who has contributed in any way, whether through monetary donations, food, flowers, or gifts. Your kindness means more than words can express. From the bottom of our heart, thank you with love and respect. Contessa Patterson and Stuart Smith. That's his real name. So it must be his upper jaw. According to the post, Stu has trauma to both his upper and lower jaws. A laceration, upper lip, fracture of the maxilla bone, several teeth. Again, by the way, now, when did this happen? Last Saturday? I feel like it was last Saturday. Am I crazy? I feel like it was over a week ago at this point. The whole incident, of course, was caught on camera, and it ended only when fellow wrestler Douglas Mallow jumped in to fight him off. Mallow told us earlier this week, Stu is doing better and even communicating after the beatdown. Psycho Stu's out of immediate danger, but we have to wait and see if he's ever able to step foot in the ring again. Why would he? He should be suing Rampage Jackson's son for $100 million. Psycho Stu should never have to work again. Meanwhile, Quinton's Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, was getting more work. In fact, he was hired by Danger Wrestling, only to subsequently get banned. Listen to this. The venue slated to host the upcoming Danger Pro Wrestling event has said that Raja Jackson is not welcome. So this Danger Pro Wrestling, which is another indie kind of wrestling thing, and they were going to bring this loser, this animal, into the venue for clout, even though he literally tried to kill a man in the ring. Well, the venue has said no. Additionally, the event space tells us to its knowledge, Jackson was never part of the card, and the org merely used Thursday's post as a way to drum up interest. Quinton Rampage Jackson's son has somehow found more work in the wrestling world, despite his over-the-line beatdown that he laid on Psycho Stu last weekend. Danger Pro Wrestling, the independent promotion that puts on shows throughout Southern California, claimed this week that it booked Raja Jackson for an upcoming event. Unclear which impending show the younger Jackson was going to participate in and what his role would be. It's not entirely known if the promotion has even hired him, as in the past it's thrown up some trolling posts on Instagram. TMZ has reached out to the company, but they did not hear back. Nonetheless, the company acknowledged this announcement is a bold decision to work with Raja, considering what the 25-year-old did on Saturday. After you recall, I don't know, it could have been a troll. It could have been a troll. I hope it was a troll. I hope it was a troll. Meanwhile, cops are investigating the incident. Well, I have some good news around that. Here, by the way, here's Psycho Stu's official Instagram post. 50,000 likes. Long road to recovery. Sue him, get paid. He should be in jail. I agree. He should absolutely sue him. And anybody who I know he's a veteran. And maybe he thinks, I'm a veteran. I fought in the war. I shouldn't be, I shouldn't be quote unquote narking. I don't think it's narking. He should sue him. He should get paid. And Raja Jackson should be in jail. I don't think that, and I think Pam Bondi should step in and give federal, look at federal charges, to be honest with you, if they don't. By the way, checking in on his official GoFundMe. Well, I guess Psycho Stu set up an official GoFundMe, links in the bio. Is it? Let's see. GoFundMe. Let's see how his GoFundMe's doing. $220,000. Now, people might think that's a ton of money, but to be honest with you, he spent how long in the hospital? Over a week? He spent over a week in the hospital. His medical bills are probably $150,000 or more. You know? Like, I'm going to guess that, you know, he's got 200 grand in medical bills, of which Rajah Jackson should be, like, at minimum, here's what I'm worried is going to happen. Here's what I'm worried is going to happen. Rampage Jackson is going to reach out. Leave a like on the video if you agree that this is probably going to happen. Rampage Jackson is going to reach out behind the scenes and break this guy off a couple mil, right? Pay for his medical bills, pay for whatever. And then the implication will be don't cooperate with police, which he doesn't need to do for Rajah to get charges pressed against him. But I think Psycho Stu's not saying anything because I think he knows, maybe smartly, Rampage Jackson is going to probably break him off a big chunk of cash. That's what I think. You know, and he should. But I'm hoping that this bit of news, listen to this. By the way, brother of wrestler brutally attacked by former UFC fighter's son, shares update on his condition. We talked about that. I want to find this other thing. Rajah investigation escalates as now the state attorneys, state authorities have taken over because the LAPD dropped the ball. An investigation of Rajah Jackson's brutal in-ring attack on Psycho Stu has escalated as state authorities are now set to take over the case from the LAPD, with sources indicating a prison sentence is likely. The legal fallout from Rajah Jackson's in-ring assault on Psycho Stu has intensified as the state of California is now preparing to take over the investigation from the LAPD, according to Ringside News. The development comes with a strong indication that Jackson is expected to face incarceration for his actions. Speaking to the Masters of the Wrestling podcast, Doug the Epic Malo revealed that a significant shift in the case's jurisdiction. Citing a detective friend, Malo explained that the state is stepping in due to the overwhelming evidence and slow pace of the initial LAPD investigation. I think a prison sentence should happen, obviously. A prison sentence should happen here. 5 years, 3 to 5 years for manslaughter, attempted manslaughter. Quote, I talked with a detective friend of mine, and he told me the process of everything and how bad they dragged their feet, especially the LAPD. We knew that was happening. We knew they didn't want to put charges on this kid. He's saying that because of all the evidence, that the state's going to pick it up. I've already talked to the detective who's on the case, so it's not like he's not going to jail. And I would argue that it's premeditated too, by the way. I really would. The legal escalation is a direct result of the events last Saturday, August 23rd. So the beatdown happened 8 days ago. Still nothing. The incident began after Smith. Smith was hospitalized. We know professionally the consequences have already begun. Just yesterday, TMZ Sports reported that Southern California venue scheduled to host an upcoming Danger Pro Wrestling had banned Rajah. Venue officials stated that they do not believe Jackson was ever officially booked. With the state authorities now involved, the case is considered one of the most serious legal matters in wrestling world most recent history. Let me know. Leave a like on the video if you think we'll get charges this week. I think we're going to get charges now. You know, I'm thinking that we're going to get charges and it's going to be this week. I think that the LAPD tried dragging their feet so they wouldn't have to charge him. That's what I actually truly believe that. I think the LAPD didn't want to charge him, but now the state has taken over and he's going to get charges. He's going to prison. It's open and shut. Slam dunk case. And by the way, to celebrate Rajah Jackson's prison sentence, I'm hoping today you will go to our Amazon store and try some of our delicious coffee. By the way, I'm sending my cocos there next and then the teas. everything that we have is going to be available on Amazon. We have almost 100 different options: K-Cups, ground, whole bean, everything available. If you're a regular coffee drinker, try our 003 Colombian. If you like a dark roast, try 004 or the Silky Ultra Dark Roast. If you're open to trying some interesting stuff, our blueberry cobbler, strawberries and cream, cherry cordial, butterscotch toffee, our tangerine, blackberry cream, tiger's milk. Pick one thing and give it a try. I really, really think you're going to like it. And you have my promise that if you don't, I will refund your money. Link in the description and in the chat. Definitely would like to see a massive day today in sales. We spent the last 3 weeks stocking up Amazon so people could get their orders on the same or next day. So do me a favor. If you're watching the stream, I just put the link in chat. It's also in the description. Head on over to the Amazon store, pick something up. When you get it, make sure you come back to the product. And if you enjoyed it, you leave a good review on it, because we could definitely get, I'd love to get to the 2,000 reviews. Some of our stuff is on sale, but everything for our full catalog is now available for free next day shipping. I bought 10 bags and hate them all. Where's my refund? Well, feel free to file them through Amazon and or Coffee Brand Coffee with your order number, and I will refund all of that. Let's see. By the way, if you're watching, my normal live stream is Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern and Fridays at 1 Eastern. I just happened to go live today for an hour to hang out with everybody and announce the Meta PC winner, which I will do right now. And then I will be off to, does the flavored stuff have any sugar? No, it does not. Shall we pick the game? I'm going to email all the winners today too. So there's like 30 different winners, so I'm going to email them all. The person that won the Meta PC, let me look. Is there any way to give you credit? I can finally renew my Rumble Premium. Yes, use promo code free quartering for a free month, and I get credit for it. Then, if you go to rumble.com/premium/the quartering and use promo code free quartering, you get a free month. So if you don't have Rumble Premium, you get no ads, you get members-only content, and you get a free month. I'm recording a members-only video today. Guido said, just ordered Tiger's Blood for my wife. I don't do flavors, but it would be great if she likes it. It works in Clemson with college kids. Nice. Tell her to try it as an iced coffee, too. You brew it double strength, and then you put it over ice. It's crazy good. Put a little cream in there. Entries, picking the winner right now. The winner is Serge Suave. Serge Suave. I don't know if you're in the chat. You just won a free Meta PC's gaming computer. By the way, also, if you didn't win, Meta PCs has not once but twice given us a computer to give away. So if you are in the market for a gaming computer, promo code the quartering will save you money on Meta PCs. So if you're looking for a gaming computer, please do patronize Meta PCs. Artie says, congrats to the winners. This was very cool of you to do. Hey, thanks, Artie. Last time I bought the coffee, I liked it, but wasn't sure if you had cold brew. Well, you can make any coffees a cold brew. We do have cold brew bags as well, going to Amazon as well. MetaPC hooked me up with your code. Yes, nice. Yeah, always use my code at MetaPCs. Promo code the quartering to save. I'm waiting to see if you're in chat because it'd be cool to see your reaction, but it doesn't look like it. To everyone who didn't win, all you can do is hope that they gave me a bunk email address or they're not following the channel. Good. Now I'm certain to win the Powerball. Sorry, Rockin', I'm winning the Powerball. Need a dairy-free hot chocolate. Yeah, that's tough. The blueberries, the cold brew is great. Yeah. All right, with that, I'm going to help my wife get the house ready for guests. I will still have 4 standalone videos for you today, and we'll be back tomorrow at our regular time at 2 Eastern. With Melanie Mack, I think Hannah Claire is off. So I'll see if I can find another female co-host tomorrow. And but she'll be back on Wednesday. Make sure you follow the channel. Redraw because the scrubber's in here. No, you don't have to be here to win. I have hot chocolate. It's made with real cacao, but it doesn't break down that good in water. You got to kind of use milk. Water's okay, but got my coffee order placed. Thank you. Hopefully we can have a record day in coffee. I really just need more people to try it out. Like, it's not dropship garbage. We roast our own stuff. And I really think you're gonna like it. Seriously. All right, well, if they're not following the channel, does that mean they're disqualified? Yes. But I will look them up, and we'll be back tomorrow at our normal time, 2 Eastern. Love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you again real soon.